I have patiently been waiting for the last few days. Well, I'm really waiting for a few more days if you want to be honest about it, but I'm just kind of sitting here minding my own business, waiting for Cold War zombies to drop. To be honest, really what I'm feeling right now is I'm kind of bored of Black Ops 3. I'm bored of Black Ops 4. I'm working on all these different reviews that I want to come out and just all the stuff with the world, and I've just been a little distracted, kind of removed myself for the last few days thinking about what kind of content I want to make, just because I want to feel, creative and stuff. And while I have been kind of removing myself, while I've been kind of set back in the bleachers, so to speak, I've been seeing all these custom zombie maps come out, and they've been really freaking cool. And something that's always kind of bothered me about custom maps, and I've said this when I'm playing them multiple times. I usually say this in the video or when we're talking about it in chats or if I'm talking about it with a buddy or whatever. I always talk about how custom maps just feel like custom maps. They don't feel like a Treyarch map. They don't feel quite AAA. They don't feel fully fledged. They don't feel flushed out. There's always these weird little inconsistencies, whether it's the audio or some weird visual glitches or the maps just crash a lot. There's always just a vibe that custom maps have that separate them from being what I would consider AAA or even passable in the realm of, what zombies fans like, because we're a picky little bunch. That being said, I was just so wrong about custom zombies. I enjoy them. I have never not enjoyed them, but my God, these last few have just been on another level. The one that I streamed not too long ago, Operation Harbor Edge, I think is what it was called. Then you had the Derice Declassified remake, and then this new map called Daybreak. Then there's been these like Spawn Room Halloween maps with remakes of Buried, Transit, Spawn Room, Extinction Spawn Room. Every single one of these maps is amazing. It's polished. It's thorough. It has depth. It is freaking nuts. Now, the specific two I want to focus on, obviously, is Daybreak and the Derice Declassified. As you'll see, there's gameplay of Daybreak in the background, and that's because I think it's the best custom zombies map we have ever had. And let me explain. Firstly, the map is 100% original, and not that the new Derice Declassified isn't original. It most certainly has a lot of original elements, but it took something that Treyarch had already implemented and just built upon it, and I'll explain why that map is amazing, and I'm going to explain a little bit later what Treyarch can take from these maps. But Daybreak is just a totally original concept. It's almost a small, medium-sized survival map, but they utilized every centimeter of that map, and they even had an Easter egg. Now, when it comes to Derice Declassified, what they did is they took the giant and then expanded upon it greatly with other areas that you can explore, sort of, kind of, and then they added a giant boss fight. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and review all these maps. That's not what this is about. This is really what Treyarch can take from these custom maps and understand that this is what the community likes. This is what the community finds interesting. One thing that Treyarch does that I find to be completely strange, they either go all in on a map or they don't go in on a map at all. For example, when The Giant and Shadows of Evil came out, Shadows of Evil had this beautiful Easter egg. It had 4 sections of a map and Barguas and pests and meatballs, and the Pack-a-Punch camo was amazing, and it was just a fully flushed out map. And then they remade The Giant, and don't get me wrong, The Giant's freaking awesome, but there was no Easter egg. They just redid the flytrap. There wasn't really much more to it other than just surviving. And Treyarch always seems to do that. It's either you survive or you have a full-fledged Easter egg in a boss fight. What happened to the middle ground? And that's what Derice Declassified and Daybreak have done. With Daybreak, what they did, and this is what Treyarch should do, is they made this medium survival map and they made an Easter egg that was about 30 minutes long. It has like 4 steps, and it was awesome. It gave me something to do. It felt rewarding. I got my butt kicked. It was great. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. Every part of the map was utilized. There was fun little quests. I had to earn an upgrade to make my grenades Wraith grenades. Well, I didn't do it in this footage, but you can do it. You immediately unlock the wonder weapon. There's no messing around. It felt instinctual. The first time I played the map, I did half of the Easter egg on my own, and I didn't even mean to. That's how fluid it felt. That's how instinctual it felt. Now, does Treyarch have to make every map a full-fledged boss fight, full-on Easter egg filled to the brim with quests and shit and then just another empty survival map. No, they should take this idea and run with it. It's about the size of Alpha Omega's top floor. I would actually say it's smaller than that. And it's a medium small size map, and then just put it like a fun little mini quest on it. Something that gives eggheads, you know, something to do other than just surviving. In this map, there's a ability to get a ray gun, a wonder waff, wraith grenades, and I'm sure there's more quests that I don't even know about. Plus the Easter egg quest itself. You can build a shield, you can build the what's it called? The trample steam, and it's throwing you around the map. Like, what? Treyarch has never been this like clever with a small map, and that it was kind of mind-boggling to see that a small team of, I don't know, it was probably like 5 or so people, maybe more, maybe less. I'll put their credits, you know, in the description down below, but like, my god, these guys knocked it out of the park. And as far as Darius Declassified, they just ran with a lot more of a lore concept and expanded upon ideas that Treyarch had never implemented in their games narratively. It's just stuff that we had seen written down, like on the big poster with all this shit on it. I can't remember what it's called, the Chronorium poster. And what I think Treyarch has never done that the guys with Darius Declassified did was allow you to teleport to new areas, even though we had a small survival map. And it took the areas that you were in during a high stake intensity moment when you were fighting to survive and collect souls at one of the last steps before the boss fight, and then it threw you into flashbacks. And before you even get into that, it throws you into the dark ether and has you meet Samantha. Now that's a very specific thing. And then it threw you into a new boss arena, just like we saw with Horizon Drag. Why haven't we ever seen that stuff with these medium-sized survival maps? It really blew my mind as to what zombies could be, because I always thought, oh, you needed a big map in order to have a good time. You needed a big map to have various areas so that it feels expansive and it feels like the devs gave you your money's worth. It feels like a fucking real zombies experience, a meaty zombies experience. And I was just wrong. I was just flat out wrong. It's not about the size of the map. It's about the depth of it, the fluidity of it. What's there to do? Can you do high rounds? Does the Easter egg quest, you know, work seamlessly with high rounds, or do they avoid each other? Can you transport to a new area and try another tactic? And a change of scenery and a change of pace really goes a long way. And it's not like the areas in Darius Declassified were stuff we hadn't seen before or variations of things we hadn't seen before. And that's fine. It's not a dock on them, but it was just such a breath of fresh air. And between that and Daybreak, and they came out like with a couple days apart, I mean, it's getting me excited for zombies again. And I've been just kind of on a down curve because I don't want to oversaturate myself with content, and I really want to go into Black Ops Cold War with a fresh take of what the devs want. But I'm afraid, and I can't prove this, but I'm afraid that they're going to do the same crap again. A stupid long quest, turn on power, get pack-a-punch, which I understand that's a staple and whatever, but just getting power, getting pack-a-punch, papping your weapons, getting your armor or building your shield, getting all your perks, doing some stupid Morse code step, having to write down a bunch of puzzles, and then boss fight. And again, I love boss fights. I'm a sucker for a boss fight. But how did the guys on Darius Declassified take that Treyarch concept and throw it into a survival map? They did. They did it. That's what they did. And it was great. So why hasn't Treyarch flipped the script or changed the fluidity? I just think that Treyarch needs to look at these two particular custom maps, and then there's more great ones that are around as well. There's more than just these two, but these two specifically are top tier, A++++. They're just great maps. They're up there with all the Treyarch maps. They look and feel and sound just like you would expect any other AAA Treyarch Jason Blundell style map to be. And I don't know if that's an insult to them or what, but I was just so impressed. I'm happy to say I'm wrong. Custom Zombies can teach Treyarch something. It sure frickin' can. And I hope Treyarch looks at these maps and looks at what the community wants and sees what they're saying in the comment section. Even though it's a PC only thing, they can still take elements of this and put it into their new game, and we could have something very special inside of a smaller map. That it doesn't have to just be these large everlasting landscapes. It doesn't have to be that way. So guess we'll see. Not saying that they won't do new and innovative stuff. It sounds like they're doing a lot of new innovative stuff, but I doubt it's going to be anything this great. So hopefully Treyarch has their ears up or open, eyes peeled, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.